All right. Well, we're at the top of Mineral Way again for the last bike in our 3-bike Can I Get It Down a Modern Blue Trail Challenge. Here it is. A Trek Marlin 8. Now, theoretically, I know what you're thinking. Paul, that's a relatively modern bike. That's a 29-incher. How hard could it be? Well, just because it's a 29-inch bike doesn't make it a trail bike. What we have here is a glorified gravel bike, Light XC. Anything past light, you're taking your life into your own hands. Note, quick releases. Note, small discs. Note, light tread 2.35 tires. Note, it's still even got the reflectors and the dork disc. Note all of that. My wife had a name for this bike, Mitchell, based on a 1970s movie starring, oh man, I can't remember his name. It's a 1970s movie. Well, anyway, this overweight cop has to run after criminals, and you can just hear him panting. Joe Don Baker, that was his name. Ha! Brain isn't gone completely south yet. So anyway, Joe Don Baker is Mitchell, and he's running after criminals, panting slowly. Mitchell. And thus, the name for this. And we have one more fun part. As if this wasn't all just Enjoyment City. It's a 29er, and I don't like 29ers. Why don't I like 29ers? Everybody likes 29ers. The industry told us we all like 29ers. I don't like 29ers because 29ers going around a corner, to me, and if you like 29ers, that's fine and dandy. But to me, it feels like a barge. It feels like steering a barge. And great, this trail has a lot of corners. So that'll be good. It also, despite the fact that it's set up this way, does not have a water bottle cage. So I'm carrying my water in my pocket. So there we go. And we're going to hope that doesn't fall out. But we're going to time it. Get a time for Trail Forks. And see how it compares to the other 2 bikes. And then I'll reveal the times. Ooh. So anyway, I'm going to finish gearing up, have some water, and I'll start this back up when I'm ready to go, which will be shortly. Okay, nice big cough to start things off with. That's good. So, anyway, hold up. Delete that. Try again. All right, no worries. Okay, got Trail Forks running. Camera seems to be running. Here goes nothing. Pray for me if you want to. Whew. Okay, those small discs. Oh, yeah. I think I'm running into the problem I ran into with the Hero with the weak brakes. Because the brakes are weak, had to start stopping way sooner than you really want to. Otherwise, you won't have time to stop. Okay, that was out on my ankle, but not as bad as I expected. And so far, this hasn't gone badly. I mean, I'm in no rushing desire No, that wasn't bad. Wasn't good either. Shit, uphill rider. Well, I didn't cost myself any time that way. Just took a little shortcut. Whew. Wow. The back end barked out on that. Oh boy. Whoa. These tires, that wasn't bad. That was not bad at all. I think that's the best right I've taken on this bike. Oh, I'll be damned. All right. Whoa. I think that rattling is the reflector. Both reflectors and the dork disc still on. No water bottle cage. Still. Fine. Now that took a foot down. I got air on Mitchell. I tell Leslie. Whew. I will be damned. Well, I got down it. And no one is more shocked than me. I got air twice on Mitchell. Oh, my hands are cramping from death gripping down that. Wish this had a dropper post. Oh well. Oh well. It's not like the Haro has one. Oh. I'll be. Well, glorified trail gravel bike ridden by somebody who does not like 29ers, and it still made it down. And this was the one my wife, who owns this bike and loved it so much she immediately got a spot. This was the one she was the most worried about. Might have made up some overall time with the bigger tires on the road here. I don't know. Ha 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 ha. Unbelievable. So there it is, Trek Marlin. "29-incher gravel bike made it down." And then in a little bit, I will go over the times once I get all packed up here. But look at that. Look at that. All right, next up, we'll see the times. All right, back in the car. Air conditioner's running. Now it's running more because I want it to. Let's autopsy this. Most fun, the best overall, let's just go with overall, was the Habit. Not surprised by that. The Habit's really only its drawback was its lightweightness and its skinny tires causing it not to really have a ton of grip. But everything else said that it should have its own way on this kind of trail. Full suspension, decent travel. It's just, if you're going to take a bike up on something of the three, I would feel the best about you if you got on the Habit. Actually, after that was the Haro. I'll explain. The Haro stuck to the trail better. The Trek wanted to skid out all the time. Every corner, the back end wanted to go. So while I could get the front end around, the back end just fought me. And now I understand the mullet perfectly well. Like, it all comes clear to me, because the back end did not want to hold on those big corners. It just constantly wanted to drift out. So let's go times. Bring up trail forks here. Now, our first one is the Haro. Let's see here. See if you can see this. If you can, it says 805. Now, the Habit comes in at 703. And a surprise there. Right in the middle is the Trek. I'm not shocked by that, but I am a little surprised. I mean, just because, like I said, the Trek seemed to want to fight me on every corner. The back end wanted to go out. And with those little discs, like I said, I had to stop a little sooner than I wanted to. And man, I felt everything with that small travel on the front fork. Every little going down that trail went right up my arms. And it's actually already been scientifically proven that 29ers strum your arms more anyway. So then you add the added joy of low travel 29 and you get all the way down. But there it is. All three bikes. All three got down. Like, the Trek did better than I thought it would. The Haro did a lot better than I thought it would. Like, the Trek did better than I thought it would, but it had the problems I expected it to have, which was that it was going to fight me on corners. The Haro is a 25-year-old bike, so it even getting down there was a miracle. But it was a lot of fun on the corners. It's sprightly. And the Habit was kind of the best of both worlds. It was more sprightly in the corners. The full suspension allowed, gave you good travel over the rocks. Yeah, it was a little light. Yeah, the tires would slide out. But honestly, if I put my i9s with my axes on there, it would have boomed that without any problems whatsoever. So that was almost feels like cheating. But still, that was a cheap Trek Marlin, and you can get it down there. That was a 25-year-old Haro, and you can get it down there. It was a 9-year-old Habit, got it down there, which means the only thing keeping you off the trails is practice, and starting small and getting the feel for it. So you can go have fun, man. And until next time, when you see me back on my Yeti, and I'm much happier about it and have learned to appreciate the Yeti far more. Laters.